Hey guys, welcome to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Monday morning and we had a great show for you today. We spoke about the Dubai hospital who has suspended a doctor following the botched surgeries, what happened to the Saudi footballer, why he's in ICU in Dubai, and is this behaviour at a hotel okay?
Of course, your opinion matters, but if you have missed the episode, don't forget to go in podcast form. So subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcast from and enjoy your show.
Good morning, Dubai. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: a Dubai hospital suspends a doctor linked to botched surgeries in the UK.
As well, 3 million dirhams worth of, if you have missed your visa, you can now, it's a new initiative launched to correct the status of violators.
We're talking about this story of the Saudi footballer who was in ICU after a balcony fall in Dubai.
As well, a lady calls out someone's bad behavior at a Dubai hotel.
It is 340 days since the genocide continued in Gaza on October 7th. The current death toll now stands at 41,206. The number of injured people is 95,337. 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
And in today's rapid weather reports, it is highs of 39 degrees and humidity is at 60%. There was a breeze this weekend.
There was.
No, I don't know.
There was a small moment. I think there was a quiver of breeze. I think it was Friday evening because I was out on Saturday. There definitely wasn't. I think it was Friday evening and I walked out and maybe there was an AC unit. I don't know that I walked past, but it felt like there was a cold air and I was like, oh.
I don't know, Casey.
For about 20 minutes. It's coming. It is coming.
Winter is coming for sure, but before we get to that, before winter comes, I'll tell you guys what happened. So we were going to a concert on Friday and I wanted to go to the supermarket to get some coffee and some ice cream because I wanted to be awake. And I go and I come back and I see Dale. If you guys don't know who Dale is Casey's fiance. And
you've met him before, right?
Face to face, no.
Have you not met him before?
I have not at all. And I saw him and he was like, he had like flowers in his hands. I'm like, oh my God, these are probably for Casey. That's so cute.
We should hope so. If he walked in the door flower with no flowers, this would be an extremely awkward moment.
I mean, for sure. Now, the point is, I was looking at him and I was weirdly staring at him. He probably thought like, oh, what a weirdo. This girl is staring at me. But I was staring because I'm like, oh my God, he looks like Casey.
That's so interesting.
You both look alike. And I could not fathom the fact that you both actually look alike.
It's a thing. It's actually a thing.
It is a thing because apparently studies say that the longer a couple are together, the more that they will look like each other because apparently that their DNA gets altered in a way.
I don't know if it gets altered, but there's the Brad Pitt effect that he's started to mold into the people he's with. So when he was with Jennifer Aniston, it was like boho, beachy waves. When he was with Angelina Jolie, it was like chic, only wears black. And every single girlfriend that he has, he kind of looks like them. But there's the other, the pre-attraction side of it, which I think would be more, because I don't think Dale and I dress the same, but maybe you see a similarity in yourself. There's a psychological term for it. I don't know what it is, but you see similarities in yourself. So maybe it's a smile or a face movement or something. And because you see that similarity, you're initially more attracted to each other.
I mean, I don't know, but I think I have no idea. But I'm for sure, I know that there is a study that I have seen on social media where couples who get along, who not only get along in the sense of they agree on everything, but who have that chemistry, their DNA actually gets altered. Yeah, altered in a way. Oh. And I have seen the study I think a few weeks ago, and I'm like, that is interesting because it shows a lot of things. It shows that you both are on the same side, you both get along, you both think alike, you both feel a lot of good emotions for one another.
Maybe.
So it is.
I don't know.
I swear, and I'm looking at there is the science behind why we morph into our loved ones. There is a science behind it.
So there's two. Yeah, there's like the initial attraction, and then there's the you actually morph into. So Brad Pitt's a morpher. I think Dale and I are more on the maybe we look at like from the outside. I don't think we've morphed into each other because he just.
You both did. Maybe you guys do not see it.
Maybe it's because he wears a suit, and I'm just like, I don't wear suits. We're totally different.
Maybe no, you might think so, but because of like you know how like like if let's say like like if someone is really like like overweight, right, and then they lose weight, they still have that image of them with like the overweight them in their head, so they don't tend to get to see the improvement of them losing weight. And that is the point, because like you don't see each other from the point of view of someone from the outside picture.
True,
and I had seen him, and I have seen you as well, and I looked at him and I'm like, oh, he looks like Casey.
So I'm living with my twin, who I'm also going to marry. Oh, great. It's 8:35 on a Monday morning. Good morning to everyone. If you missed parts of the show and you'd like to hear it later, you'll also find it in our podcast, which goes live right after the show. Our top story today, a Dubai hospital suspends a doctor linked to botched surgeries in the UK. The Dubai hospital has suspended Dr. Yasser Jabber, a paediatric orthopedic surgeon, facing a review in the UK over allegations of botched surgeries on children. This follows London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, which launched an urgent review into the care of 721 children who may have received botched treatments from the former consultant's orthopedic surgeon, Yasser.
The review follows concerns raised by families and staff, prompting an external assessment of the pediatric orthopedic service by the Royal College of Surgeons in 2022. So far, out of 39 cases reviewed, 15 showed no harm, 9 had low to moderate harm, and 13 suffered severe harm, with some cases involving incorrect surgeries, nerve injuries, leg length discrepancies, and even one amputation.
It remains unclear whether when he arrived in the UAE or if he has performed surgeries here. However, as mentioned, he has been suspended as the review and investigation continues. Moving away from the topic of that story, you just think about, even when I see this picture, I just think like anyone who's got someone going through a hospital at the moment, a loved one, it's until you're in that situation, it's so scary.
It is.
And we need to be able to trust our doctors. So it's amazing that if there's malpractice at place, it's being dealt with. But I just really, the hospital situation is so scary. If you've ever had a surgery, if you've ever sat next to a hospital that's someone having a surgery, you just want to know that they're in the best hands.
100%. And the sad thing is that when you see someone with a white coat, you immediately trust them, because like they're the doctor and they know what they're saying, they know what they're doing. And the fact that the families had given the full trust of their children to the doctor, only to find out later on that he had not performed as he should have. It's kind of like, I would say, disappointing and devastating, and it's really heartbreaking because it's sad. It's like it's like, can you really trust someone with a white coat at this point? And that's why when you go to doctors, families tend to go to several doctors to find the right one that they can trust, because finding the right doctor for your children's case is not easy.
Well, we have to be able to trust, and that's why these reviews are so important. Jumping into our next story, this broke at the beginning of September, but we have an update on visas.
Well, a 3 million dirhams initiative launched to correct the status of violators. The international charity organization has launched the correction of status of violators initiative with a 3 million dirham budget to assist people in completing residency procedures and waiving fines.
So this is a 2-month visa amnesty program. It kicked off on September 1st. It runs until October 1st, and it gives visa violators a chance to either regularize their status or leave the UAE without penalties.
Well, in the first phase of the initiative, the ICO will assess 600 applications from those who meet the required criteria. We have, as Casey mentioned, talked about this before, and the fact that, it's not about talking about it before, the fact that, the UAE has put 3 million dirhams initiative to support people who missed out on renewing their visas, who have a lot of fines, and the list goes on and on. it's just like I would say really amazing. It's giving a chance for everyone.
Absolutely, and we know that there are queues out the door. It was closed yesterday for the national holiday, but back open again. So if you know anyone who needs to either leave the country or regularize their status and does not want those fines and penalties, now is the time to deal with it. Let's jump into our next story, a sad story that broke over the weekend.
So the Saudi footballer is in the ICU after balcony fall in Dubai. Saudi footballer Fahd Al Muwallad, who plays for Al Shabab, is currently in the intensive care unit in Dubai following an accident. Now, Dubai police confirmed that Al Muwallad fell from the balcony of his second-floor home in Dubai while on a short holiday in the city.
The incident reportedly took place on Thursday morning, and investigations into the cause are ongoing. Dubai police emphasised their commitment to transparency and will release further details as the investigation progresses.
Now, Al Muwallad remains under medical observation as healthcare teams provide necessary care. Of course, as well, Dubai Media Office released a statement to highlight that more information will be shared with the relevant authorities once the investigation is complete.
Yeah.
That is a very sad story because he is a very famous Saudi football player, and you had given me a very fun fact before the show.
Yeah, I mean, well, a top Saudi player. He played for Saudi 74 times, scoring 17 goals. And, you know, we were just learning, going back into a bit of his history, and he's been a stalwart player on the Saudi scene for 15 years. He's 30 years old, and when he was 15, he had the opportunity to go and play in Barcelona, and he said no, and he signed on to Al Ittihad, which is just amazing. You know, clearly lives and breathes Saudi, and you know that type of, like, you know, football club mentality. I just really feel for his players and his teammates at the moment as they just wish him a speedy recovery. It's you know, at 30 years old, he's sitting in intensive care. We have no doubt that the UAE medical teams are working day and night tirelessly to make sure that he has a speedy recovery. And I just say, you know, thoughts and prayers to his family. Such a scary kind of freak accident can happen. So we just wish him a speedy recovery. As
Casey has mentioned, we wish him speedy recovery, and he must be like a very crucial part of the team. You know, for sure, like I have spoken to many guys who actually are in a football team, even if it's like they're not like in a great big football team, but they all are, I would say, attached to one another. So I'm sure, literally, it is a family. So I'm sure like his teammates and his friends, they're all like feeling like freaked out for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that he is like right now out of the football team for like this short period of time, we really hope and we wish him speed recovery. It must maybe have caused like a bit of chaos in the football team. Absolutely. For sure.
We know that the club also released a statement which you can read. He now plays for Al Shabab. I hope I said that right. And you can read their statement on their Instagram page. Before we jump into our next story, the Lovin Dubai newsletter has got a major refresh. So if you shun social media except for this show, but you would still like your daily dose of news fresh to your inbox every day, you can now subscribe to the Lovin Dubai newsletter.
Well, you'll find the sign-up link at our link in bio on Instagram. That easy.
And jumping into our next story, Dubai's Crown Prince visited a cozy ramen spot in the Greens. So have you tried quinoa yet? Do you remember, by the way, we were sitting here like 3 weeks ago and I was trying to think of the name of a ramen spot restaurant.
I remember, and then you couldn't remember it. And then you're like, if you remember it, you will actually say it. And
Quinoa. Quinoa is what it was called. And have you tried it?
I actually haven't, no.
So it's a little gem in the Greens. They earned a Michelin guide, Bib Gourmand recommendation, and ever since then getting a table has been a bit of a mission. But now, after the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, popped in for lunch over the weekend, it's going to be nearly impossible to get a table.
Well, so the Crown Prince visited this weekend and Quinoa's founder and ramen chef Niha Mishra, hope I said that right, even shared what was on Sheikh Hamdan's plate. So if you want to dine like royalty, make sure to try the beef tanten man, spicy miso ramen, wagyu tsukun, katsu sandu, and more next time you guys visit.
Oh, spicy miso ramen,
Yum.
So good. But could you imagine if the Crown Prince of Dubai like actually dropped into your place of work and you had to perform right now if he was watching, like, he's coming in. It's famously the best ramen in town. I would like, what if you oversalted it? Too much coriander? Oh, I'd just
You would
crumble.
freak out.
Yeah.
I would freak out.
I would freak out.
I really would freak out. I wouldn't be able to perform well.
That's the tricky thing about being a chef, that like you're only as good as your last ramen, and I have no doubt it was delicious. I've eaten there once or twice before, and it's like amazing.
It's not only that, like, can you imagine, like, if like we're sitting right here, you and I, right, and we know that His Highness is back there watching us, judging us, it's gonna give us I don't know, a rating out of 10. We're gonna wanna be perfect, so we are gonna mess it up.
Yeah, exactly, because when you want to be perfect, it would be
you mess it up.
Absolute show. I think it would be a fun one for the audience.
It would be, but then we would be like,
they do, yeah. Best behaviour, that's for sure, and lots of prep in advance.
It's a lot of pressure.
So, Kanoya in the Greens, if you want really great ramen. I think the restaurant actually started in COVID. Chef Neha started doing supper clubs, maybe I mentioned, and then because it was so popular, she started this kind of, it's not a huge place, but it's really authentic Japanese vibes. You can even sit on the floor in one of the rooms. Yeah. Really good value as well, which I think is important. You can have amazing food, but it's not like high quality restaurant prices. So
I want to try that. And I'll try His Highness's menu.
That's fun.
See, then I'll be like, okay. So if he likes it, then I will like it. Because of course, like, he knows how, like,
he knows good. He loves good Japanese food. He always goes to Japanese restaurants.
Yeah, but one thing I would not like is having His Highness, I don't know, judge my whatever I'm doing, whether it's food, whether it's work, whether it's anything.
Well, what we do know is he seems to be a great supporter of all things homegrown. So I have no doubt that if he did see, he'd be like, "You go, girl." Maybe not that. Speaking of judging, jumping into our final story of the day, a lady calls out someone's bad behavior at a Dubai hotel pool. So if you're squeamish, look away now. So here's what happened. A woman, she was on holidays and she's relaxing by her pool when she hears a sound that she recognized. It's like...
Oh. Okay.
she's thinking the worst, and she turns her head and it's exactly what she thought it was. It was a man by the hotel pool clipping his toenails.
Ew, okay, well, now while many people think this is gross, the video stirred up an open debate about whether or not this should be accepted in public. Now, some people say we accept so many other things, so why should a man sitting 15 feet away from you, living his life, not bothering anyone, not be allowed to clip his toenails?
So there you go. Some people are calling this lady a Karen. Others think she's spot on. Instagram watching right now. What do you think? Is it okay to clip your toenails at a public pool? Because really, she put this rant up and we shared it, and everyone's like, sit down, like surely just, you know, let a man live. And other people are like, absolutely disgusting.
That is, I mean, look, if you want to clip your toes, and you want to practice your regular daily hygiene, I don't know, things, do them at home, do them at the hotel, do them at your room, do them in the bathroom. You don't need to do them behind someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets kind of like, ew.
I think my issue with it is the disposables. So because I think that the argument for it is like, look, people kind of are wearing what they want to wear to the beach these days, you know, and you don't have a problem with that. Like, you know, a lady who wears something small, or people who act a bit obnoxious if they have a few drinks, like, you don't have a problem with them. So why is this guy coming along clipping his toenail? But it's the problem of like, what are you doing with the nails? And I think that was answered in this video of like, it's like you wouldn't cut your hair and just leave it there, because it's like you're shedding a part of yourself. And did he leave it in the wall?
But that's the thing, you know, because like as well, like the nails that he had clipped, they are filled with germs for sure. And if he had like threw them out somewhere,
for sure.
I mean, come on, like, you know, like, what do we have like behind? Like, you know, like, we probably like have germs,
grossness,
like, you know, some like exactly some grossness, you know, like some dust, right? Some dust. And then you're clipping them, and you are at the pool, and people are there, like, you know, like in like appropriate pool swimsuits or whatever.
So you're a no.
I'm a no.
Guys in the back, yay or nay? Clipping your toenails. Hesham's a nay. Massa's a nay. Neola, absolutely not. Kirby, yay or nay? Four nays.
Yeah.
Then Lovin to buy comments. I actually think people go onto our comments just to stir the pot. I genuinely believe. You know, we posted the most adorable video, and there's the most beautiful video of an engagement that happened this weekend at a brunch. And what I loved about it was a surprise. It was a birthday. They were celebrating the guy's 40th birthday.
Okay.
They bring in the cake. You know, when it's like your man's 40th birthday, so you're standing beside him. The cake comes in, he gets down on one knee and he proposes to her, and then there's tears. I get goosebumps thinking about it right now.
That is so sweet.
It's so sweet. And the comment section is just like, the first comment I saw was someone telling the commenters to sit down, because there's always this like layer of negativity. I'm like, let people live. This gorgeous couple have just gotten engaged. Allow them to have their moment rather than sitting at home and breathing heavily into your comment and saying something so negative.
I mean, you know what? I have mentioned it before. You know, people on social media are very entitled. They think, you know what? Why would he do that? Why would she have her hair that way? Why would he have his pants that way? Or, you know what? They're just like entitled. They just want to have an opinion and place it anywhere and everywhere if they can.
Yeah.
However, with that story, the toenail story, I'm sorry. That is like, ew. That's gross.
Not okay.
No.
Now, if you owned the hotel and you saw it happen, would you think, let the customer live his life, he's paying to stay here? Or would you say something?
I mean, I would say something. I would be like, you know, like, please, sir, you can clip your toes back in your room.
Smile.
Yeah, smile.
With a smile.
Smile.
Keep your toenails upstairs. Okay, there you go. Keep your toenails. I think like a hotel needs to be maybe subtle, but they might provide him a pouch with which to put his clippings in, and basically highlight the fact that it's not really kosher.
See, no, that is the more mature.
I mean, not really, because I'm still allowing it.
Okay.
I
mean, I just don't know.
Who's to say? 8:52 on this beautiful Monday morning. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you missed it, like I said, we go live in podcast format. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a great day. Bye-bye.